So if you want to see yourself getting good grades in your June exams, November exams, this is the best time, the best videos for you to go through. So we've done already quite a number of videos. Now let's continue with these videos. Now I consider these the most important that I wanted to watch because it is a continuation of what we did in the last lesson. Now look at this. Example 1.10. Now it says expand and simplify the following. We've already done the expansion, but now this is kind of extended where you are given more than two brackets, and at the same time you are asked to expand. Look at this. If they give you 3, 2x minus 3 as well as x plus 2. So in this case, we are looking at that one. So what we do here, the first thing that is important, just to take it away, look at this. The first thing that I want to show you that is very, very, very important when it comes to this is you must be systematic about opening the brackets here. So first of all, consider, I'll open this, consider or put a bracket like this. Okay, so that you can expand everything inside that bracket. Now remember, when you're expanding inside the bracket, what you are saying this multiply that, you're multiplying, and the 2x also multiplies that. You're using the FOIL method. This multiplies that and that multiplies that, but leave out the 3 for now. So maintain your 3 on the outside and also your bracket. Now 2x, so what you're having, you're saying 2x times x, I'm just making it long, and then look at this, I said always put a plus, and then it's 2x times 2. I said always put a plus when you're multiplying, and then again plus, and then you've got now minus 3 times x. Again, always put a plus. I'm circling those plus so that you remember them. Minus 3 times 2. You see? And then that is that. Then you continue with your 3. Now 2x times x, it's 2x squared. Remember the previous lesson that we did? If you've forgotten, just go through it. 2x times 2, it's plus 4x. And then now there it comes. You see? You have got two signs here, the plus and minus. So what is plus and minus? 3x. The plus doesn't have power. The negative has power over plus. Why? Because if I say plus and then I say minus, it means plus times minus, and the answer is minus. Or if it's minus times a plus, as long as you're multiplying a positive and a negative, the negative will always win. For example, just to give you a scenario, if I say minus 8 times plus 4, see, I said minus times plus, so equal to, see, it's a negative. Or if I say plus 7 times, okay, sorry about that, if I say plus 7, then I say times minus 1. No matter how small it is, the negative always wins. So even here, you will have what? A minus 3 times x is 3x. Similarly, negative and positive here between negative 3 and 2, you can use a calculator. It will give you 3 times 2 is 6, but the sign is negative. Now, this is how you are working this thing out. You continue, you've got two options now. You can continue to maintain your 3 outside and work what is similar. You see, you will have the center similar, meaning 4x minus 3x. So remember, these are like terms. It's like you're saying 4 minus 3, which is 1. So what is it? It is 1x, because you're separating 4 minus 3. So you'll have 2x squared. Now 4 minus 3 is positive. Remember, the bigger number is positive. 4 is bigger than 3. So it's positive x, or 1x, still fine, minus 6 equal to, now at this stage, you can then expand again, the 3 enters there, you multiply by 3, you multiply by 3. So you're multiplying everything there by 3. All right, so if you do that, let me take this down, it will give us now 3 times 2, which is what? 6x squared here. And then 3 times 1 is plus, is what? 3x. And then you can say plus again, 3 times minus 6, but you know 3 and a positive and a negative actually is not a positive, it's negative. 3 times 6 is negative 18. This is what you're having. All right, so if you wanted, you could have done it the long way to say 3 times 2x squared or dot 2x squared, and then plus, put a plus, 3 times 1x, and then plus there 3 times minus 6. This is actually that. Or you had another option. The other option was first to open up this bracket, you multiply 3 times that, 3 times 4, 3 times minus 3, and 3 times that. So it was going to give us here 3 times 2, it's 6x squared, 3 times 4, 12x, 3 times 3, now 3 times negative 3, so that's a negative 9x, see that? And then 3 times negative 6, we say it was negative 18. Then from here, you'll see those are common terms. Then you've got 6x squared, now 12 minus 9. Remember I told you, forget about the x, focus on the number. It's 12 minus 9. What is 12 minus 9? The bigger number is positive, but use a calculator. If you are confusing, 12 minus 9 is 3, but it's 3x minus 18. Now this answer is the same answer we got here. So it's up to you how you wanted to work it out. Alright, so this is the way you follow up if you are trying to simplify these. So let's take this off and look at another problem. There it is, which is 2, and then you've got 2y minus 1, and there is a square here. Alright, so let's look at this. Now, given this problem here, you need to identify 2 things here to say. First of all, just know that there is a bracket here that you can put like that. Alright, such that when you write this, it will be 2. So this is equal to 2. Now you put that bracket. Now look at this. You have got 2y minus 1. Now the square means there are 2 of them. 2y minus 1. Then you close that. You see what I mean now? So at this stage, equal to, you've got 2 in that bracket. Now you use the FOIL method, remember, where the 2 multiplies that, the 2 multiplies that, minus 1 multiplies that, and minus 1 multiplies that. You still remember now? That's the FOIL, whereby you are saying 2y times 2y. And then next one, always take out a positive. Remember, it's 2y times negative 1, and then positive. The moment you move on to multiplying with the next item, always put a positive in between. So it's negative 1 times what? 2y, and positive negative 1 dot negative 1. And then you close, which is equal to 2. Then you start multiplying. 2 times 2, it's 4y times y. 2y times 2y in a way is 4y squared. Now look at this. If you are in this stage where you are saying 2y, it's positive and negative. These are going to multiply because it's 2y times minus 1. When you multiply a positive times a negative, the negative always wins when you are multiplying. Hence, even here, you'll get minus 2y, again, minus 1 times 2. So there is a negative multiplying what? A positive 2 there. So again, it's minus 2y. Are you with me? Now, a negative here, look at this. A negative multiplying a negative. So it's negative times negative. Two negatives multiplying, they give you what? A positive. Hence you get a plus 1. Are you with me? Then equal to, then you've got 2. We can first leave it like that if you want, or and add this part, or to do the other different method here, you can actually distribute that 2 here. The 2 multiplies, the 2 multiplies, the 2 multiplies, and the 2 multiplies. It's still good. You can still do that, okay, whereby that 2 is distributed. So in a way you're saying 2 times 4y squared, again plus, take a plus, and then it's 2 times minus 2y, and then again is plus 2 times minus 2y, and then plus 2 times 1. So that is what we mean when you're saying just distribute that 2 across. So what we have, 2 times 4, the numbers, it's 8y squared. I think that, and then after that you've got 2, it's a positive 2. Look at this again, positive times what? Times negative. We say it is negative. So there you've got negative 4y. Again here you have a positive multiplied by a negative. Again it's negative 4y, and then 2 times 1 is plus 2. Are you with me? Then at this stage you finalize it and say, don't leave it like this. It's 8y squared, as long as you see like terms. Look at this one and look at that one. What's the variable? Is y and y, so it means they are similar. You see, y and y, but y squared is not similar. And then after that you are saying minus 4y minus 4y. So if you say minus plus a minus, the answer will be minus. Remember, but minus times a minus, the answer will be a plus. Remember, when you're multiplying, it's a different story. Even if you are dividing, if you say minus divided by minus is also a positive. So these two, multiplication and division, is the same, but addition, minus plus a minus, always remember, you get a what? You get a minus. Let me give you an example again. I think I did in the previous. If I say minus 2 plus minus 4, you add 2 plus 4, which is 6, but maintain the sign negative. So there it is. It's negative 6. In this case, therefore, minus 4 plus minus 4, it's minus 4 minus 4. It's as good, sorry, it's minus 4 minus 4. It's as good as what? You add 4 plus 4, but maintain the sign. See? It's negative 8. So it's negative 8y plus 2. So this is this is the answer. You're done here. Now, I don't want to confuse you at this stage, but it's possible. It's possible to testing your answer. It's possible, but I don't want to confuse you. But try this at this stage. I think you're in a good space now to test. Now, if I say test your answer, what do I mean? I say you choose any value of y that you want, any value. For example, you say let y be equal to 3, any value that you feel. So what it means is where there is y, you will put 3. That is called substitution. For example, it is 8. You see where there is y here, I just put 3. I just put 3. Where did I get 3? It's my own 3. Yours can be 5, yours can be 7, anything. So how do you put now? You put a bracket, you put 3 like this, squared, minus 8, you put a bracket, you put 3 like this, plus 2. Right, then rely on the calculator now. Avoid trying to work it out because this is testing. This is not the actual. You mustn't show us this. Hence I used a different color. Look, 8 bracket 3 squared minus 8 bracket 3 plus 2. See that? Equal to. Look at the answer I got. I got 50 here. Alright, keep that answer. You come back again. Remember you said y is 3. You come to the original here. you are also testing. So you're going to remember I said y is 3. So what you do, you take the original 2 bracket, and then actually there was no bracket, they just maintained as 2, and they did this. It was 2y minus 1 squared. This was the original. So you say 2 and then 2. Now look, y is 3. You put a bracket, put a 3 and close, minus 1, that and close. See what I did? Whenever you are substituting, you put a bracket. Now use the calculator, identically enter this thing, and then let's say the answer that we're going to get. So you have 2. Now there's the first bracket, and then I've got 2, and then I've got the second bracket, I put a 3 and I close it. You see that? Then minus 1, and then what do? You close that bracket and you put a square as the way they gave it to you, equal to, look, you get 50. So if you see these answers matching, I got 50 also previously, remember here, it means my answer is correct. That is what you're trying to test. You're testing, is my answer correct? Then the answer then becomes correct. This is what I will advise you to test, so that you can check yourself of unnecessary errors at the end. All right, I hope this makes sense. Let's continue, guys. I hope you're benefiting from this. There is another one. It says here, now I want you to pay close attention to what I'm going to do here. It says minus 4 bracket b minus 2 minus 3 plus b. Now the only thing that they wanted to shake you on here, do you know what it is? It is the negative sign. If they can get you on the negative sign, then you have lost it. But the concept doesn't change, the method doesn't change. So what you do, when you see brackets like this, you can see that the 4 is multiplying and the b's are multiplying and the 3. So what you do, just separate it like this. What you're trying to say is, I'm gonna deal with negative 4 later. All right, so that you don't do anything on the negative 4. But what you do, you use your FOIL method on the other one, whereby you are saying b multiplies that, remember the FOIL method, and b multiplies that, the minus 2 multiply that, and the negative 2 multiplies that. That's what you're using now. But now maintain your 4. So let's do it now. What are we saying? It's b times negative 3. Then always put a bracket, a positive sign, and then it's b times b. Seeing that? And then always put a positive sign in between. With time, you'll understand that you can actually do this with, you can omit this stage, which is negative 2 times negative 3. This stage is for you starting this whole thing. And then put a positive, it's negative 2 times your b. And I keep on saying, you can what? You can omit the stage. Someone is able to find the answer straight away by omitting this stage. Let me just not to say this one and b. You can omit or leave it out. You can omit this stage. All right, it's not a must. So now we continue. Equal to, don't forget to put equal sign, minus 4, and then we have a bracket now. B times, that's why we say b times minus 3 on the original is what? Is negative 3b. Don't forget, b was positive. So when b was positive, so is the positive b and the negative, the signs there. Positive, negative, the negative always wins. And then the next one is positive b times positive b. That simple becomes b squared. So where it becomes a challenge is the signs. Look at this. When you see this plus minus, the moment I say to you, let me do this. If I say to you plus minus, you must know it's minus. If I say minus plus, you must know it's minus. Why? Because in the center there is a multiplication. So if you see here plus minus, you must know it's minus. If you see here plus or minus, you must know it's minus. Why? Because there is a multiplication in between them, and the negative always wins. So here what do we have? If you look at it carefully, let me undo so that it doesn't confuse. If you look at it carefully, it's more like I'm saying minus 2 times minus 3. I think that. Then remember, when you multiply a negative with a negative, it's what? A positive. So negative 2. So you just say 2 times 3 and make a positive now. Minus 2 times minus 3. What is 2 times 3? It's 6. But remember, negative times negative is also positive. Hence you get a positive 6. So you are multiplying 2 times 3, what do you get? 6. And you are multiplying minus times minus, what do you get? Positive. Hence it's positive 6. So in here you'll have a plus 6. Again, you have got positive negative, you ignore that positive, so it's minus 2 times b, which is minus 2b. You close. Equal to, what do you want to do at this stage? It's up to you. You can automatically, let's use that, distribute the 4 inside if you want. I think it's much better so that you don't forget that one. So let's distribute the 4. I'll say this is much better. Let's put the 4 inside like this. It's a bit longer, but it's much better. The 4 goes in, the 4 goes in, and the 4 goes in. I think this will be more advisable. Should you make errors, at least you have distributed the 4. So what do you say? It's minus 4, right, times minus 3b. It's better to write, at least you can be able to see. And then plus, or let's put a positive, minus 4 times b squared. And then every time you multiply with the next item, put a plus. Minus 4 times 6 plus minus 4 times minus 2b. I keep on telling you, you can omit this stage. You can actually do it in your mind and write the answer. But if you're still confusing it, better write it down. Let's start with the first one. Minus 4 times minus 3b. You can see already, I'm going to multiply a negative with a negative. What is it? Negative times negative, it's a positive. But now 4 times 3 is what? 12. So it's positive 12. Test it with the calculator. So what you're going to have, you're going to say minus 4 times minus 3. Alright. So it's negative 4 times negative 3. It's what? It's 12. So let's multiply everything here already. Which one is it that needs also multiplying? There it is. Negative 4 times 6. See, a negative and a positive, you know, a negative wins. So it's minus what? Minus 24. Again here, negative 4, negative 2. Negative, negative, positive. 4 times 2 is 8. See, negative 4 times negative 2. What do you get? Positive 8. Those are things that you must get comfortable with. So let's write the answers here. You got your 12b. Now plus minus, I told you, such scenarios and negative wins. So it becomes minus 4b squared. Again here. And then on the next one, you have a 4 times 6, which is 24, but the negative here, as we said, negative and positive, it was negative 24, and the other one was positive, negative 2 times negative 4 there, it was positive 8b. Okay, then from here, you're going to ask yourself, what's next from here? Look at it, you collect like terms here. Here, you collect like terms. What do you mean? You look for those that are similar. Okay, so it's always good to start with the highest power. You can see this one, you can start it as our number 1, and then followed by the one with the b. Look at it, there is number 2 here. I can do this number 2, I can do this as number 3, and then this becomes my number 4. See that? So let's write it. It will become 12b. Sorry, I started with negative 4 actually. it's negative 4b squared, and then you say plus 12b plus 8b minus 24. You see now, that's where now I said by doing that you've actually collected like terms. Look at this one. The b and the b, it means they are similar. So you can what? It's plus 12b plus 8b. You can simply add them. 12 plus 8 is what? Is 20. So what you have is equal to minus 4b squared plus what? 20b. See, minus 24. You are literally adding 12 plus 8. And then this then becomes your final answer there. Now, do you want to try the testing method? Yes, let's test this. Remember, I told you testing is not part of the working. You just do it with a pencil and erase. Choose any value of b. Let b be equal to 7. For example, I'm just choosing 7. So how do you write it? You say minus 4. Where there is b, put a bracket. You say 7 squared. You see? Plus 20. I'm substituting now. Where there is b, I put 7. Minus what? Minus 24. Let's see what it gives me. Now rely on the calculator at this stage, but remember, enter in the calculator as it appears. So it's minus 4, put a bracket. We said b was 7 squared plus 20, put a bracket. B was 7 minus 24 equal to, it gives me negative 80. Guys, you choose any value you want. If you wanted to have a negative, it's possible. You can say minus 7, but why make it difficult? Just any simple number. Now we've got negative 80, b being 7. Let's come here and also say if b is equal to 7. Always got to test in two areas so that you match the answers from the original. Remember, it was minus 4. Now look at that bracket. B is what? It's 7 minus 2. See that? And then close bracket, minus 3 plus b, which is minus 3 plus what? Plus 7. Close bracket, equal to, as is. You do the calculator as is. So let's do that. Here, what will I have? It's negative 4 bracket 7 minus 2, close it. Bracket negative 3 plus 7, close. Then equal to, see, I'm getting also minus 80. When these answers are matching like this, you know my answer is also correct, because this original is still giving me 80, negative 80, and the final answer gives me negative 8. It means I'm doing the right method, or whatever I was doing is correct. Alright, so let's try the next ones, guys. Look at this one. We are now looking at this one here. So what do we have? We just wanted to be careful again the way they put it. It's bracket minus 2, then m minus 4n. They closed, and then after that they did this. So here what they wanted you to check is, are you able to interpret what those brackets mean? Now look at this. What does this mean? It's not complicated. Don't complicate it. If the square is outside, you see there is a bigger square, and the bigger square, that's where they put the square, meaning this square is affecting everything. So you can come into this minus 2 bracket m minus 4n, right? And then that's the first one. Then you put this, then you open another one, because that square means there are two of them. Minus 2 bracket m minus 4n, close this one, and see that square here, it means there is 1 and 2 of the same. See, it's this which is here and that which is here. That's what the square simple means. Are you with me? At this stage, what do you need to do? You need to now let me see what is best here. You see, whenever you've got two brackets like this, it's better to first deal with the inner brackets. there is the inner brackets here, it is much better. Why? So that it's easy for you to open up that one and you open up that one. You see that? Even here, you open up that bracket, you open up that bracket, so that you are left with the outside brackets. So if we do this, it's minus 2 times m, it's minus 2m, minus 2 times minus 4. You take a calculator, or first of all, try it with your mental knowledge. So what are we doing? What are we saying here? We are saying minus 2 times minus 4n. So you're like, okay, I'm multiplying a negative and negative is positive. I'm multiplying 2 times 4, it's 8. So the answer is positive 8. You just put the n. You see that? So it's very important for you to keep on testing this, but then verify your answer with what? With the calculator. So what are you multiplying? Negative 2 times negative 4. See, it's positive 8, but 8n. So you come here and say plus 8n. You close the bracket, but since they were the same, it will be the same answer you get. Minus 2m here plus 8n here. Why? Because it was the same brackets repeated twice. Okay, so we put equal sign there. Now at this stage, what do you think? You are using now the same method, the FOIL method, meaning the negative 2 multiplies there, the negative 2 multiplies there, the 8n multiplies there, the 8n multiplies there. That's what it simple means. So what are you saying? You are saying minus 2m multiplies minus 2m. Are you getting it? Again, put a plus when you move to the next term. Minus 2m multiplies what? 8n. Again, put a plus. We are now in the next one. 8n multiplies minus 2m, put a plus, and then 8n multiplies another 8n. See, I know it's long, you can avoid this stage, but it's important if you're still confusing it. Now look at this, minus 2m times minus 2m. Look, what are you saying? A negative and a negative, when I'm multiplying, I get what? A positive. Then 2 times 2 becomes what? 4. So m times m becomes what? M squared. So minus 2m times minus 2m is positive 4m squared. But don't forget, your calculator is handy to gives you minus 2 times minus 2. It will never multiply the m's, but you need to focus on the number. So here what we have 4. Don't forget m times m, it's 4m squared. Don't forget that. You move on to the next. Said when these two are like this, positive negative is always a negative. Negative will win because a positive has no power. So you're saying minus 2 times 8 is minus 16. Test again with your calculator and see whether it matches, because what is important is whenever you are working on it, you don't lose by testing. Negative 2 times 8, you see, negative 16. Always test it. So here we've got negative 16m, but don't forget it's similar. Here it was okay. Now pay attention. I think I'm missing out something. It's negative 2m times 8n, so it's negative 16mn, please. Again, 8n times negative 2, there is a positive and a negative, it will give you a negative. It's something nm. Now remember, mn is same as nm. It's just one and the same thing. All right, are you with me? So here is same as saying negative again. 8 times minus 2, it's 16. I should have written as nm. It looks like they're different, but it's the same thing. You always follow the alphabetical order. What's the alphabetical order? M starts and then n follows. So you can see it's mn. Then after that it's plus 8 times 8, which is what? 64. Please don't say 8 times 8 is 16. 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 8 times 8 is 64. Rely on the calculator to test if you are doing it right. Some students here, they'll just write 16 and the answer is automatically wrong. So but n times n, it's n squared. Alright, then you continue. Check if they're like terms. Yes, the center ones are usually the like terms. mn. See, your key is the variables. If it's mn this side and it's mn the next side, is same. But here m, there is n. No. You see what I say? So the like terms are the ones that you add. So what you have got 4m squared. Here is minus 16 minus 16. You add but keep the sign. So it's minus plus minus, it's minus. Remember, minus plus minus, you get a negative. So 16 plus 16 is 32. So it's minus 32 mn. But what did I say? You just have to quickly test with your what? With your calculator, if ever you're doing it right. So you just say minus 16 minus 16 equal to negative 32. Then after that is plus 64n squared. There it is. That's your final answer. Now someone will always ask, are you able to test this one? The thing is, yes, we can still test here. We can test. But as I said, if it's confusing you, don't do it. Remember, this is not part of your working. How do you test? Now, since you have got m and you have got n, you choose two values. Tell me the value for m that you want. Don't make it confusing. For example, let's say let m be 2 and let n be 3. Something that you can easily remember. 2 and 3. So what you have got 4m, remember m squared, 2 squared, minus 32. Now it's mn. Where there is m, put a bracket, put 2. Where there is n, put 3. See what I'm doing? Plus 64. Now n is 3 squared. And then you take a calculator, you find the answer for that. Let's do that. It's 4 bracket 2 squared minus 32 bracket 2 close it bracket 3 close it. See, plus 64 bracket 3 squared. You must do as is. If you make an error, then there'll be a problem. 400, the answer won't match. So here I got 400. I go to the original. Remember, m is 2, n is 3. Go to the original here. You put your m being 2, your n being 3. Let's put it. It was like this. Minus 2 bracket m is what? Remember, m is 2 minus 4. N is what? 3. Then you close. But look, I'm closing for 3, but I must close the one I opened for 2. I mean, look at the bracket. I opened this one and I opened this one. So I must close and close. Just be careful there. I hope you see what I did. Let me redo this again so that you can see what I did. There is a bracket I'm opening. It's minus 2. And then there is a bracket again. I need to close all this. Now m is 2 minus 4. Now I must open my own. If you're confusing, since it's 4n, it's 4.n, you can say 4 times 3 if brackets are confusing you. And then after that, you close and then you close. But me, what I did, I opened inside there, you see. Then there is a square outside. Don't forget there is a square there. Please don't forget that. So let's look into that. It was bracket first, negative 2, and then bracket, there is a 2 minus 4, and then bracket, there is a 3, close it, and then we close that one, and then we close that one. There are 3 of them, and then we square, then equal to, there is our 400. Alright, so now you can see that it matches, meaning our final answer is correct. That's where you come and have a bit of confidence that you did the right thing. Alright, so guys, that's how I'm doing this slowly so that you can get the picture. Okay, let's look at the next one now. This is fraction. With fractions, don't panic again. X over 2 in bracket minus 3 and what? X over 3 plus 2. Don't panic, don't turn on that panic button. There is nothing difficult here. It's a matter of you just understanding what's happening here. Look at it. Does the method change? No, we are still using the same way. FOIL method, the first one multiplies that one. This one multiplies that one. I'll just show you how easier this is. It mustn't scare you at all. So now let's do it. What do we have? Equal to, look at this. You are saying, right as you are saying it, x over 2 times x over 3. See, just write like that. And then I said always have a positive. It's x over 2 times what now? It's times 2. And then always have a positive. It's minus 3 times x over 3. I think that's one. And then the next one is what? Plus minus 3 times 2. I think that. So this, in a way, it doesn't change. Nothing changed here. You are saying the first one, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, and this is step 4. So there is my 1, my step 2, my step 3, and my step 4. See that? That is what I did. Same way we did previously. But now you rely on what? On the calculator if you're having a problem. But the simple thing is, whenever you are multiplying, let me just remove this 1, then 2, so that they don't confuse now. Look at this. Whenever you are multiplying, it's easy. You multiply like this. The top multiplies the top, the bottom multiplies the bottom. So it's x times x, which is what? It's x squared. Over 2 times 3, it's 6. That's it. And then you've got plus, you do the same thing. Now here you say over 1. Whenever you're getting a whole number, you just say over 1. So what you have, you also do the same. You see, x times 2 is 2x, and then 2 times 1. But you're allowed to do this. If you know how to do that, the answer becomes x. But let me just follow the same method for now. And then here you multiply here. So what we have, x times 2, it's 2x over 2. And then we continue. Now, negative and positive, the negative here wins, right? So it's what? It's minus, do the same thing, it's over 1. The top multiplies and the bottom multiplies. So minus 3 times x, it's minus 3x. Then over 1 times 3 is 3. And then now after that is negative 3 times 2. See, negative and positive, negative will win. So the answer is negative 6 there. You can test with the calculator. Alright. Then at this stage, equal to, you check, is there like terms? Is there like terms? This has got a square, you leave it like that. It's x squared over 6. But again, alright, it's up to you how you choose it, but I think the best one is to first deal with this. Look, this we can deal with it. 2 will cancel 2. So what we have is plus x. Again, look at this one. 3 will cancel 3. So what we have there is again minus what? Minus x. I think that. And then after that is minus what? Minus 6. And then, interesting. Now this is where some of you might confuse. I just want you to focus here. Focus on this guy here. Be careful now. I want you to focus on this guy. Focus, focus. Don't lose me now. Look, if I say plus x minus x, let me put numbers. It's same as plus 1x minus 1x. Alright, so what am I having? I have got plus 1 minus 1. That's what you're focusing on. So in other ways, you're saying 1 minus 1. What is 1 minus 1? It's 0. I hope you're able to see that. If you see a positive, then there is x, and negative, then there is x. It means it's 0 there. Are you with me? So there it's simple 1 minus 1, which is 0. So you have got equal to x squared over 6 minus 6. that becomes the what? The final answer. But some are allowed, you are allowed to write it like this, that x squared over 6 is same as saying 1 over 6 x squared minus 6. You can leave your answer also like that. Why? Because there is a 1 there. You see, there is the 1 over 6. See, 1 over 6 x squared. That's what they're saying. Can we test this? Of course we can test. Of course, it's very important now. Since you are getting used to it, you can test. So what you do is say, let your x be equal to, choose me any value, let's use 5. So if we're testing this x squared over 6 minus 6, then you're going to say here, look at this, what are you gonna say? Where there is x, remember, is 5, so it's gonna be bracket. It's good to always put bracket 5 squared over 6 minus 6, and then what is the answer that is gonna give us? That is what you kind of work on. Just use a calculator straight away. Here you're testing, so you don't have to be saying you're trying to use your mental knowledge and stuff. Don't do that. Just use the calculator. There is 5 squared over 6 minus 6. It's minus 11 over 6. You see, I told you you can have written it this other way, whereby you say 1 and then there is negative 11 over 6, so it's minus 11 over 6. That's the answer here we are getting. Let's go to the top. Remember here, what are you having? You said our x is 5, right? So let's substitute now. We have got 5 over 2 minus 3. Alright, and then also we have got 5 over 3 plus 2. Let us see what it gives us when we do that. Again, let's calculate it straight away. I'm just using the calculator straight away. So you have here 5 over 2, and then it's minus 3. Close the bracket and then close first, and then what do you have? Fraction again, 5 over 3, and you had plus 2. Right, then if you say equal to negative 11 over 6. Now if you can check it, that's what we got, negative 11 over 6, negative 11 over 6. It means you can be rest assured your answer is what? Is correct. This means you are correct. Alright, lastly, let's work on this one. I love this one. It's also very important. Look at this one. 2a cubed minus b to the power of 5. Can you try this one also? 2a cubed plus b to the power of 5. Just want to show you something quicker here. If ever you're able to pick it up, that was good. If ever you picked it up, that's good. Look at this. You look at this, you have got a 2a cubed, 2a cubed, b5, b5. You're only separating positive and negative and positive. This is what we call the difference of two squares. If you still remember, I said if you're given a minus b, and here I give you a plus b, I said you must trust it that it's as good as taking the first one, you multiply a times a, so that you get a squared. You multiply b times b, so that you get what? B squared. So the answer simply becomes a squared minus the b squared. It's called the difference of two squares. So even here, I'm going to do it the quicker version, then we do the longer way, just to trust what I did is correct. So we do the same thing. You take the first one, you multiply. So what are you having here? You have got 2a cubed times 2a cubed. Then you take the last ones. Why? Because the signs was the only thing different here. Then it will be always put a what? I said put a plus. Yes, put a plus first when you're multiplying with the next term. Then it's minus b to the power of 5 times b to the power of 5. You see, positive, negative, the negative wins. Now when you are having this, multiply 2 times 2, it's 4a. Now look, a to the power of 3 times a to the power of 3. We're back to exponents, and then negative, positive, negative win. You remember, same base, b, you say 5 plus 5. You remember the exponents. To say a to the power of m times a to the power of n is a to the power of m plus n. You add when you're multiplying the same base. So even here it was 4a, 3 plus 3 minus b, 5 plus 5 is 10. So it is equal to 4a, 3 plus 3 it's 6 minus b to the power of 10. This was the answer. Alright, do it the long way and see if ever we're gonna get to this answer. Let's do it like that. Let me take it here. I'm just gonna take it as is. It's gonna allow me and duplicate this thing. Let's take it as is and say, what if we were working this thing in a, and then of course I don't want that part, I don't want that part, and then also I don't want that. Now let's look at this. You use the same what? Same FOIL method. This multiplies this, and this multiplies that. The inner multiplies this, and this multiplies that. So you've got the number 1 here. The first one, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, and this is number 4. So let's start with the order like that. So what we have, you have got 2a cubed times 2a cubed. We have done already how you solve this. And then number 2 is always take out a positive, 2a cubed times b to the power of 5. And then number 3, always take a positive, minus b to the power of 5 times 2a cubed, and then take a positive, then minus b to the power of 5 times b to the power of 5. This one we already worked it. Say 2 times 2, we got 4a, 3 plus 3. Remember what it did? Now we're saying plus. Now you see 2a cubed b5, nothing is related there. You just write 2a cubed b5, then positive, negative, negative wins is minus. Now look, b5, 2a cubed. Start with the number 2, alphabet, a cubed, b follows 5. And then positive, negative, negative wins, b5 plus 5. Then equal to 4a, 3 plus 3, 6. Now look at this one. 2a cubed b5, 2a cubed b5 is positive, and the other one is negative. So you are simply saying 2 minus 2, which is 0. So this cancels with that. Are you seeing that? That's why it was as good as multiplying the first and the last, which is minus b10. See, that's why the same answer for a to the power of 6 minus b to the power of 10 is the same one that we got here, for a to the power of 6 minus b to the power of 10. But it's up to you how you want to do it. This is the method that I was bringing to you guys. If you do this, you get 3 marks for it. I think it was worth it. I want you to practice these on your own. After watching this video, come back to the slide, pause it here, and work it on your own. Keep on checking the answers that you have been watching. You can actually be writing the answers down. Do it on your own. Trust me, this is the most important basics of algebra. It will take you all the way to grade 12. Now, after that, let's say you have done this. Our next lesson will be saying more advanced. You say you to focus on this. But now what do I want you to do? Can you try this on your own? It's a challenge. Pause this video again. So this was okay, 10. This is 11. This is activity 11. I think there was an error there, not 10. So this is 11. Look at this. Work this one out. Try it yourself. You get how many marks? You get 4 marks. Work this one out. Work this one out. and work this one out. See what it gives you. It's a bit of a stretch. They've got a lot of work, but I'm trying to find out, are you able to, number one, avoid errors, number two, collect like terms? That is where most of the things are. The expanding is still the same, but what is important is the collecting of like terms and being careful with the negative sign. Guys, we've come to the end of our lesson. It was long, but I just wanted to do it slowly but effectively so that I make sure you understand. Don't forget, share the channel. If you feel you're benefiting, share it with others. If you're not subscribed, subscribe so that you are part of the family. I would love to be your tutor. I love tutoring you. I love coming into your house and tutoring you so that at the end of the day, that distinction will bring a smile on your face. It's so good to pass, you know that. It's so good to get good marks. So that's why I brought this channel. The 24-minute lesson is the channel with you in mind, because you are struggling, you are sometimes facing some challenges in your maths, then let this channel undo all that. I wish you all the best as you prepare for your final exams. Now, don't forget again, subscribe, and subscribe. Cheers. See you again in this lesson where we are looking at the advanced challenges.